Hello folks, this is Billy with the Rod Shop. Real-time fishing, real-time custom rods. I'm going to do a total remake. I looked at some of the rods I did when I first started wrapping, and one in particular looks pretty bad. It looked real bad, and I was a little bit ashamed to even, I was afraid somebody would get on my boat and see it and say, well, that's the kind of work you do. I don't want anything to do with you. So I'm going to strip that rod all the way down to a bare blank other than the reel seat in the handle. I'm going to rewrap the guides. I'm going to do a decorative wrap on it. And I'm going to bring y'all along with me. So y'all stay tuned. Hope you enjoy it. Happy New Year, folks. This is Billy. Real-time fishing and real-time custom rods. As we speak, it's I think January 3rd, 2024, and I'm doing a new adventure here. It's been kind of a rough Christmas season for us. My wife and I both have had the crud. I started feeling bad around mid-December, somewhere around the 14th or 15th. Christmas Day, we really couldn't have anybody over. My wife tested positive for COVID. Then 3 days later, I tested positive for COVID. So now, it's been a rough 3 weeks or so. So now we're on this, a new year, new adventures ahead of us. I'm excited about getting going. Hopefully I can get back on the water. The trout are in the river. I just have not been able to get out on the water with the way I felt with that crud. But this morning I came out to the rod shop, and the thermometer in here said it was 33 degrees inside. So I cranked the gas heater up here in my little room, and I've got it up to 70 right now, which is very comfortable. I'll be coming out of this thick coat in just a little bit. But anyway, what I've got going is this is one of the rods. I'm almost embarrassed to even show anybody. One of the rods that I think it was absolutely the first attempt I made at doing some kind of a decorative wrap. There was no real layout, I don't think, maybe. There was no pattern. I think I was just putting string down or thread down as it came in my head. The hook keeper, I don't know if this is coming through real good, but that's just a big glob of silver thread. The epoxy's atrocious. I'm kind of had a little push at Christmas time for rods, and now it's kind of a little slow, so I thought I'd go back and get this one and just rework the whole thing, especially this decorative wrap. I don't know why I even am putting this on here to show you folks, but hopefully you'll see it before and after. So y'all stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to heat this up just a little bit. You gotta be careful putting heat on these blanks because the blanks are made with heat, of course, when they're made. And you don't want to compromise that. But like I mentioned, the rod shop was about 33 degrees this morning, so this rod was 33 degrees this morning. So it's pretty cold right to the quick. I'll try to cut this with just a real slight. Just got to be real careful not to get the rod, get it started. One spot it'll usually go. There we go. And it's going to create a mess, no doubt. Getting that thread between my pick and the blank to protect the blank. The good Lord only knows how many coats of poly I put on this thing trying to get it right. Tell you what though, the only way to learn anything is to jump in there and get it. That's all I did. It's a nice blank. It's an MHX blank. It's their L843. It's a great little trout rod. A little bit heavier than I normally use. It's rated for 10 to 17 pound test. It's kind of got a wide range of baits. I use it a lot, top water, a little heavier baits. 1/4 ounce to 1 1/8 ounce baits is what the rod's rated for. You do kind of need to stick with that. Things tend to work out better. Starting to get a little headway on this thing. It's going to be a long process. I won't bore y'all with all of it, but just to give you an idea, all I'm trying to do is get down to, these wraps are all crossed. Like I said, I don't know that I had any real layout, so to speak. It looks like I did have them spaced right, but other than that, so you just kind of got to get the ones on top and they'll peel right on off. I don't regret doing this wrap. It's just I've learned a lot since then. I'm trying to, sell a few rods, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to make a living at it. But I don't want folks to see this and think this is typical of my work, although I am by no means polished in this, but I am better than what this is. Okay, getting this bird's nest going. Like I said, I'm not boring you with all of it. Letting you see some of the stuff we're doing and how we're doing it. It's going to have a lot of, got to get a lot of this old residual epoxy off. And I'm just about to the end down here to the hook keeper. And y'all stay tuned. I don't know how much of this tear out you'll even want to see, so I probably won't film much of it. But I will when I start wrapping. Okay, I've got the whole rod. I've got it stripped all the way down. I'm reworking the whole rod. I took the guides off, they look terrible. And now I've got everything laid out. I'm gonna do a chevron. I'm gonna do these really neat colors, yellows and oranges going up. Then I'm gonna try to do a reverse chevron with maybe some reds coming back down the other way. So we're gonna see how that is all gonna play out. So I've got to put my popsicle sticks to tie my thread off with, and I'll be doing that right now, and then we'll start wrapping. Okay, finally getting some string put down here today. Doing this chevron, I'm stretching it out. I don't usually do them this long. Can't remember exactly what my centers were. Is this in millimeters? I would think it's about 1.5 inches. I'm guessing at that. This is my first pass. I call it I guess everybody calls it the base pass. And you've heard me say it before, it's the most important one. Everything builds off of it, so I make sure everything is hitting just right, and I'm off right here. There we go. Roll this first one somehow. Okay. You can see this is my first one, first pass. Make sure every one of these strings is just right. I guess at some point I'm supposed to say, if you like what you see, if you're learning something, hit that like and subscribe button, share it. It helps the algorithms for YouTube and gets my stuff out there and helps me, doesn't hurt you. Plus I appreciate it. This is going to be a chevron. The first part of this is going to be pointed toward the tip of the rod. So I go down the top of the pattern, going down. Then when I make my turn, come back, I go on the bottom. That gets that arrowhead going that way. And that's pretty much it. If you're new to this, I hear the guy say that chevrons are one of the easier ones, and I thought he was crazy when I was new. And he's right. If you learn to do the chevrons, it took me a while too. It took me several. This is a good example because I'm redoing this one, the original one. I'd say jump in there and do it and see what happens. That's how you learn. Time on the rod. That's it. There's a lot of stuff out there that'll help you. YouTube and all kinds of books and videos. I bought one of the videos, and even the video is a little bit in depth. I need to study it a little bit more before I put it into practice. But I think the books, if I haven't bought one yet, might be the way to go for me, because you can look right at the page and I think it tells you layouts and things. Again, I'm not sure. I haven't bought one. It's a fun sport, hobby, I should say. It's the upside is you can have yourself a bunch of fishing rods, first class. They're all better components. The custom rod is by far better than any store-bought rod. The downside is you can't do them every day, because they do cost you something. Tell me what triggered me to want to redo this one. A little flurry of customs to build for folks for Christmas. And Christmas is over and it's kind of slowed down. Been a little under the weather, like I was saying earlier, and I hadn't been able to get out fishing. So here I am redoing one of the ones I did. I think this was, well, no, it was the first attempt I ever made and kept, I should say, on a rod. Fished with the rod the other day, and I looked at it and I said, this doesn't look so good. I need to touch it up. The more I looked, I told my wife I'm cutting this mess off and starting over. My wife is very, very supportive of me, and she said, yeah, that's not up to par with your work. And that spoke volumes, because that's not something she would typically say to me. So that sealed it for me then. I said, this looked pretty bad. And it is. I shouldn't say bad, it's just I didn't know what I was doing. And I was brand new. I don't regret doing it. It was a learning step. Yeah, I'm packing all these lines, these threads, and this light yellow is yeah, the dark light shine through. To be honest with you, this is, even though this I'm redoing it, I'm doing something new on it too. I'm gonna try to do a reverse chevron, like I said, so I've never done one. If anybody has any questions on what I'm doing, shoot me a comment. I'll be glad to answer them. I know when I was first starting out, I would ask a lot of questions and people would answer me, so I'll be glad to help anybody I could or can. Trying to decide whether to start the other way when you reverse the chevron. I guess I need to do a little more study and find out. I don't know where exactly to start going the other way as far as taking up space on the blank. As you can see, I've just thrown colors in there. They all kind of match to me. I would suggest anybody getting into it, jump in there. Go for it. I heard somebody say that if it doesn't look good, just thread. Do what I did on this one, tear it off and do it again. So anyway, I'm gonna think on what I need to do next on this pattern, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna put some color preserver on this for two reasons. I think I've got some nylon thread in here which needs color preserver, and the main reason is to hold the threads together, because I'm going to reverse the chevron down. I'm going to start going the other way. And I'm just checking everything now to make sure it is packed pretty good, and it seems to be. So this is what I use. It's Flex Coat color preserver. Again, I want to make sure everything is packed just right. I'm going to reverse this chevron, which means I'm just going to, where the chevron's actually going from my left to my right, up the rod, I'm now going to have that chevron going down the rod. So I've been working left to right the whole time. Now I'm going to have to reverse that because I want it to go the other way. So I'm going to work from my right to my left. And I'm going to change it up just a little bit. I'm going to use some burgundies and some reds. See how it turns out. Let's see. It's a little different because I'm so used to doing it the other way. Back this up a little bit. I don't know, I'm adjusting that camera a little bit, folks. I don't know. Whenever I get serious about this, I'm going to buy some cameras and things that work a little bit better than what I got. Okay. Plus, I've got a whole basket full of different threads out here I've used. And I'll just put a new one on there. This is kind of a bluish green color. One strand. Sometimes one strand will give it a nice little accent. I'm just running one of it. This is how I use it. I can't decide, folks, if I want to stop here or keep going. To a point, I think I'd have to go back the other way with the chevron. I've never done that and never even seen it done. So I'm not sure. I'm going to think about this one. I'll have to surprise y'all. I basically came in and did the reverse. Now I've come in and started another chevron in the sections of the blank that are showing. So I'll just have to see how this works out. I think it's going to be alright. Just continuing to pack the thread in, see where this thing leads me. Okay folks, I'm back. I'm going to finish this rod today. It's the one that's the total rework. Yes, some different colors. I really wasn't sure last night when I left if what I thought about it, but now that I'm back this morning, my brain's had an overnight to think about it, or relax. You tend to see all your problems in the heat of the moment. You don't see the overall picture, but overall it's pretty good. I'll be finishing this up today. It's a total rework. Guides and everything. Well, I'm not doing the handle with a real seat, but the guides and everything. I'm running a streak of red down now. Like I said, I'm closing this up. It'll be a totally closed Chevron double. I don't know what you would call it exactly. Not a lot to be said in these videos. They take so long to wrap. I've about said everything I need to say. If you do have any questions or anything at all, you just give me a shout, make a comment. I'll share whatever I got with you as far as knowledge goes. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. If you stuck with me this long through this whole video, I'm getting toward the end. I'm not going to film all the guides and wrapping those. I may do one, I don't know. If you stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe, share it, do something, tell your friends. It's like I always say, it's not a spam thing. It's not going to cost you anything. You're not going to get, you know, any unwanted emails or communication from me. It just helps me with YouTube. Okay. See a few things that I could have worked on. Not many. I mean, for me, this is pretty good. I think it looks really good. I like the colors. Something I hadn't done before. I tried to be more critical of myself and look at what I could have done different. I think I need to work on my packing. Be more conscious of that along the way, because there's some gaps that they don't look bad, but they don't look real professional either. So anyway, I'm gonna put some of this color preserver on there and let that dry. It takes 30 or 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna start wrapping up on these, taking these ends off and putting the tiles on and starting to finish the rod. Hopefully I can wet a line with this thing. Maybe Saturday. I don't know. Y'all stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Before I put the color preserver on there, I like to take this little vacuum, and I'm going to vacuum this just to any dust or anything that may be in it. Dust is an issue I have in my shop more than I probably should. It's just my setup and where I'm kind of forced to work out of. So a little bit of a process to put this on. You don't have to be too particular about it. Like I said, I had some nylon thread in some of this mix. So if you want it to retain that color, of course, you have to put some color preserver on it. The other side is it does hold the threads in place. And I got these little dinky brushes from the hobby store somewhere, and they are way too small, so I'm using them for this, because I can't put epoxy on with them. They're really too small for this too. A deal's only a deal if it's a good deal. Okay, I'm going to tie these off. The color preserver is changed. I'm going to have to put some more on. This is nylon thread I'm using now. And I'm trying to find a good spot. Your thread starts going crazy towards the end, so you go as far as you can. Trying to get a good spot. Tie it off. I think I'm gonna go right here. Okay, here's the big chunk. And it's just a matter of getting it kind of neat and tidy. You gotta get a hook keeper in here somewhere. Trim this back And now I'm starting another color. I'm trying to use some of the, of course, the colors that were in here. This is a yellow color. And it's always, you never really know what you're going to get tying these off. Sometimes you have to do everything twice because it's so bumpy. So I'm going to see. Let's see, I'm already getting a little problem right there. Finally got it tied off. I'm going to come back. This thin thread just really doesn't do it justice. I'm going to come back and put some more of this green over top of the hook keeper. Just because I don't like the way it looks. Okay, I picked this camera up here. That's the tie off, of course, with the hook keeper. This is the reverse chevron, and then this is the other end that I haven't done yet. So I'll take all that off, and hopefully it'll look like that. Y'all stay tuned. I'm not going to bore you with that other end. This is it, the final. I've got some more epoxy to put on. I've got one coat of epoxy on it, but other than that, she's finished. This was a total rework. Hope you enjoyed it.